To that, they're looking at serious damage. The inside is a mess. Not only did that truck plow through these glass windows, but it also hit this brick, making fixing this extremely difficult. I'll say a teen shot someone, maybe murder. That would get them 12 points. Only after getting 12 points or more would juvenile probation and parole refer that teen to the detention center. Officers just cleared out, but you can see all of the damage still left behind. Car parts and glass are scattered here. What did you do with your earnings? Anything with your $7? Tonight, neighbors are conflicted, devastated at that loss, but terrified that even though this crime tape is coming down and crews are clearing out, they still don't know what's going on with that suspect. All the snow has been scraped from the roads. There's still plenty out here to play with, so we want to take you over here to what we've been working on all day. The woman who lives here says her family was only able to get out after crews broke through her window and rescued them. This is a pretty convenient place to park. Expo, New Mexico is just beyond this lot here. So every year, cars line these streets. But this year, if you choose to park over here, it's going to cost you. Officials here say they discovered those suspects got into this locked facility just after midnight. They found keys and just started trying them. They allegedly drove 2 trucks just down the street before ditching them, going back for more. We're told 6 trucks were stolen from this lot. Officials here say only 4 were recovered. We're told he was just walking home from a late night movie, a walk he's done on countless occasions. He lives just across this intersection, but last night he didn't come home. Now friends and family are hurting, and they're gathering right here, bringing balloons and flowers, paying respect to a young man with a big heart. He was a goofball, an unbelievable artist, and his mom will tell you, an impeccable dresser. Manny Tapia, a 15-year-old Cibola High School student with a bright future.
You just destroyed our life. Just in one split second.
That split second was early Wednesday morning here at the intersection of Ellison and Coors Bypass. Tapia was just heading home, crossing this street.
And then we noticed the truck went through a red light, and then the police car followed in suit. We then stopped at the red light, and I noticed a pair of shoes in the middle of the intersection.
She says she nearly jumped from the car, ran to Manny Tapia, whose body was near the intersection. She says police responded not long after, and he was rushed to the hospital, but he didn't make it.
We were going to hang out today. That was one of the plans today. But I found out this morning what happened to him, and it hit me.
Now Marcus Chavez is left holding on to their photo, friends holding on to their memories.
Beautiful, funny, talented. He was a one of a kind.
While everyone wraps their minds around what happened and the man who's been taken from them far too soon.
Because they were doing something so heinous, I guess, that they just could not stop or whatever. I don't know what they could have been doing so detrimental that they could not stop. And now my son is dead.
This is being investigated as an officer-involved incident. That means other agencies are coming in to see how this pursuit or police stop was handled. Meanwhile, the family has an attorney, David Cerna, who says he will be following that process very closely. Reporting live in Northwest Albuquerque, Brittany Costello, KOB4. Getting around isn't as easy as it used to be for 84-year-old Bernice Weens.
I have osteoporosis and I have no strength in my back.
If only she had a new walker, it would work wonders. She'd been searching for something for a while.
I have called at least 10 people.
No luck. 10 people. 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 10 people Then she tried one more number.
My phone kept ringing from the same number, and I thought, spam, spam, go away, come again another day.
Kyle Hartsock, an investigator with the Bernalillo County District Attorney's Office, just kept ignoring this random number. Then, whoever was calling him left this voicemail.
I was wondering if you had a tall walker for a 5-foot person.
Why would Bernice be calling him? A different kind of mystery for this investigator. First lead, call her back.
I don't think you were trying to call me, but who are you trying to call?
It started making sense for Hartsock, and he wanted to help. So he and his wife suddenly got into the walker business, if just for a day.
I called her and I said, hey, Bernice, we have a walker for you. She said, awesome. And I think she still thought we're like a walker store.
Hey.
Hi.
Look at this one.
Oh, boy.
Until they showed up with it at her home.
Oh, boy, you bought me lots of hugs.
A lot of them.
You fixing up your hair?
They made me feel, so good. It's been a long, long time since I felt that good.
And this surprise came just in time. No, not for Christmas. Bernice's grandson is getting married this weekend in Denver.
Would you like to see my blouse?
Yeah, I would, of course. Oh,
I'll bring it in here.
who would have thought? Calling a wrong number?
People that's that good to an old lady, just meeting them and getting a hug from them
Made everything just right for Bernice.
was.
It turns out Hartsock's number is just one digit off from the medical supply store she was trying to call. The fans are on full blast, but instead of cooling this place off, it's just circulating hot air.
It is cooler outside than it is in here. It is, at least, like you said, the breeze is circulating.
In the dead heat of summer, that is of little relief. Alicia Torres says her AC went out at the first of the month. 19 days in, fans still spinning, she's just trying to keep from overheating.
They run 24/7, drinking lots of liquids, popsicles, anything that's cold.
Since the first, Torres says her managers at Canyon Point, this complex just off of Western Skies, keep promising a fix. We wanted to see just how hot it is inside this apartment unit, so we got our heat gun. And this couch is 93 degrees. She hasn't seen maintenance come by once. Others in the area?
I've heard from other tenants that we're like the only people
With AC?
working AC.
Wow.
We're the only people here.
Say it's no surprise.
Last summer, I had the same issue.
According to city officials, landlords do have certain obligations. In winter, your unit must maintain a heat of at least 68 degrees. But in the blazing hot summer heat,
there's not a similar provision within current city ordinance. So there is not a requirement for a landlord to keep an apartment cool as there is for them to keep it heated.
Though you can't call 311 for help, there is a requirement in state statute. Property owners must maintain good, working air conditioning. It's just an old yellow paper, dated 1951, from a publication that no longer exists. But just below a dark coffee stain, the old ink is still crystal clear, a silver star for an Albuquerque war hero.
It was pretty impressive, how heroics he had done, yeah.
It was the Korean War. Fermin Rivera, a mortar gunner, ran to the side of his fallen comrade, seized his rifle, and blocked the enemy's thrust. Robert Wheeler discovered this at a construction site he worked in his quest for left-behind treasures.
I probably would have thought, well, I've been worth something.
Oh boy, was it. Rivera would have been around 90 years old. We used this as a map of clues to track down his family. The paper says his family lived here on Gonzales Road, and turns out neighbors knew exactly who we were looking for. Who would have guessed? Which house is it?
This white house right there.
Wheeler's idea. Better on someone's wall than in someone's trash.
He was one of the greatest men I ever known.
Just down the street from Rivera's parents' old home, his nephew, Paul Zamora.
He passed away a year ago.
Zamora says these printed words are just the half of it.
And he carried his best friend that died, that got shot.
Not just a hero afar, but here, back home.
We handed that paper over to his nephew. He says Rivera's wife is still alive and his kids still live here. Zamora says it's an honor to know his uncle is still having an impact all these years later. Back to you guys.